Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. Welcome 2024. I will be making split pea and ham soup in my crock pot. I've never made split pea and ham soup in a crock pot before. I always did it the traditional way of making it on the stovetop. So I found a recipe and I thought, well, let me give this a try. So I'll tell you what I have in the crock pot so far. I have 3 cups of water with 3 chicken bouillon cubes. I have a bag of dry split peas. This recipe says you do not need to soak and rinse the split peas. All right, so we're giving it a try. I added some thyme, some bay leaves, and salt and pepper to this mixture. Now here is my ham bone. And this is from Christmas 2022. So I'm going to be using this. There's still a lot of meat on it. I will be adding that into the crock pot. And this is going to simmer for 7 to 8 hours. I am going to, about halfway through, take the ham bone out and cut the meat off of the bone and add it back to the pot. Now the recipe I'm actually using adds vegetables. It adds potatoes, carrots, onions. I never was a fan of a lot of vegetables in my split pea and ham soup. I may add some small potatoes into it sliced. That's about it. I'm really not a fan of vegetables in it. I just don't care for it that way. So let me get the ham bone in and we'll start simmering the crock pot split pea and ham soup. I set my timer for 8 hours. And when it hits about 4 hours, I will take the ham bone out. I will be checking it periodically, but I will take the ham bone out and cut off remaining meat that is soft on it. There is a good chunk of meat left on that ham bone, so I should really be able to get a good amount of meat off to add back to the soup. As I said, I will be checking it to see if it is thickening. So yeah, for right now, that's all that's in there. And I'm just going to let this simmer on low. And at the 4-hour mark, I will be taking the bone out and we'll see how everything looks at that point. There is 7 hours and 6 minutes left. I just had to add 2 cups of water to the peas and the chicken broth mixture, as it looked like it was really dissolving and evaporating and stuff. And I have it on low, like the recipe says. So make note of that, guys. I think the recipe sort of flubbed it a little bit somewhere, because it became apparent after about a half hour, 45 minutes, that, yeah, you need to have more liquid in there for the peas. So just letting y'all know, I added 2 more cups of water. And we're going to proceed to let this simmer. And I will probably be adding more to it as the time goes on here when it hits the 4-hour mark. Inside the oven is a pan of Kentucky biscuits baking. If you don't know what Kentucky biscuits are, I will include the link in the description box for that video that you can watch as well. They are biscuits that my gram used to make, and my grandfather really used to enjoy them. They're fairly easy, and they don't take long to prep or bake. That is the ham bone and some fat. I have it put aside for the German Shepherd here on the property. I'm not giving that to my girl. So there is about an hour left for this split pea soup. I did have it on high for about 3 hours. I really wanted those split peas to soften and cook, which they did. I also added an extra 5 cups of water because definitely there was a mistake with this recipe about the amount of water. Starting off with 2 cups and 2 chicken bouillon cubes, okay, fine, but that most definitely is not enough to, actually help cook the split peas as well as the ham bone that you're going to have sitting in there and soften the meat up. So I did have to add an extra 5, 6, I believe it was 6 cups of water to that broth, and then it more than covered the split peas as well as the ham bone. So at the 4-hour mark, maybe a little bit less, I want to say 3 hours and 50 minutes, I did skin all that ham off that I wanted. That is back in there. Ronnie says the broth flavor is really, really good. And we have 2 cans of canned carrots in there. And I have a can of whole potatoes I sliced up and a can of sliced potatoes that I actually cut up into smaller pieces. Now, remember all them onions that I got from the last food pantry haul? Well, I actually chopped up 2 of them. It's down to the last hour of simmering. And so I'm going to let those 2 small onions I cut up simmer, and this will be good to go. My Kentucky biscuits will be cooled down, and we shall see how this crockpot slow cooker split pea and ham soup turned out. So this has been sitting for a bit to cool down. The split pea soup actually turned out really, really good, especially with adding the carrots and the potatoes. Of course, I drained everything before I added to the split peas and the ham, and it came really, really good. Now, for myself, I like to add a few drops of Worcestershire sauce in my split pea and ham soup. It's just habit. I've done that for years. But this did turn out really good. In the recipe card here in the video, I will change the amount of water, and you could probably, I don't think it would hurt, maybe add 2 or 3 extra chicken bouillon cubes as well with the extra water. But you definitely need more than 2 cups, that is for sure. So that is slow cooker split pea and ham soup. If you like this video, please give it a big thumbs up. If you haven't already, hit my subscribe button, hit the bell for all, and you should be notified each time I upload a new video. Take care, have a wonderful evening, and I'll see you all real soon on my next one. Bye.